Coming at you live from here, there, everywhere, all the places that we are. It is the Blue Heaven Podcast. That is what this is. What is going on, Dodgers Nation? My name is Clint. You can find me as RealFRG on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes, you can. You can also find me. My name is Brooke, by the way, at BrookeMe3 on Twitter and Instagram. On today's show, we get to say goodbye to I don't know if we're calling him a fan favorite. We can kind of call him a fan favorite. He's a favorite of ours. He's a friend of the show. Mr. Joc Pederson heads, east-ish, that general direction.
He heads the northeast. Nice. He's a nice boy. I don't even know if MLB Jeopardy is the right way of talking about it, but there's problems with baseball again, but I don't know. They're still arguing that things just happened literally minutes before we're going live here. So we're going to talk about the MLB Jeopardy. We have Hot Stove. It's February now, kids and adults. I think that works.
It's February, you're right.
And we have a whole bunch of giveaway stuff, so that's awesome. Before we get into the show, we do got to remind you this is a podcast. If you want to listen to a podcast version of this that might have some slightly different stuff, I hear my mic is loud, so I will adjust that as best I can here on the fly. Sorry about that, gang. I think that should work, so let me know in the comments. But despite the loud audio and beautiful singing beforehand, if you guys could rate and review the show, that would mean a lot to us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. That would also mean a whole lot to me, that guy, and Doug. That's about it.
It would definitely mean a lot to Doug. He misses you guys. He loves you guys very dearly. He tells me all the time. So don't forget to go over there, guys. Don't forget this is also a live stream. Make sure you drop into the chat. Let us know where you're repping Dodgers Nation tonight. We want to talk to you guys. We want to hear more from you guys. Obviously, we get the gain turned down request, and I appreciate you guys for shouting that out because we can't really hear us. We just I hear Clint, and Clint hears me, and that's it. So
there's
appreciate that.
There's a lot of oddities to doing it this way, and things become things, but that's why we're drinking today. I have my Jim Beam highball glass, and I have it filled with Kraken rum because, you know what, why not? John G says he can't hear Brooke, and I don't think that's accurate. I'm still louder than you, so I'll just go ahead and dig into some of the comments.
They're just going to be about me, and that's fine. Andrew Gaines over on YouTube says, JT just resigned. Yeah, man. I'm a little tired of hearing about JT myself. It's February. Didn't think we'd be this far into it, but here we are, February. No third baseman, no starting third baseman. It's great. I feel good about it. Chips Neros over on YouTube says, "Hey, Beard Man, we haven't heard the Beard Man one in a while. I appreciate
Beard
that."
Man.
I don't know. I'm not even going to attempt to announce this name on Facebook because I will butcher it. But they're tuning in from Sydney, Australia. So we got another Down Under listener, Mr. and Mr. Worldwide. Back at it again. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. By the way, I thought you said JT re-signed, but not. It says just re-sign him, or they just re-signed. I was like, wait, this changes the whole format of the show.
Yeah, we'd probably have to hop off, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to do it all over again because why not?
Write an article while you guys watch me, and Clint could talk to you. That's the only other option.
People are saying they can't hear you, but the numbers are telling me they should be able to. I don't know. Again, we can't hear ourselves. It kind of sucks, but let us know. Give us proper information in the stream if things sound a little bit more balanced now, which they should. But if not, sorry. I'm getting Tina G-Man saying, Brooke, it needs to be turned up, and Clint is loud, so I'm going to keep adjusting, doing my best. We're doing our best with what we got to work with. It's a new month. It's February, like I said, and we are starting something new, and I hope it's not going to be a huge pain, but this is where Gary is helping out. Gary's chipping in by making our lives harder. I gotta bully Gary because he's not here. But we are starting a new giveaway. I guess it's sort of a giveaway. It's a promotion for the month of February. We are going to be giving away $1,000 and more in cash and prizes all month long. Each day, there's going to be a different video on the YouTube channel. You're going to see a whole lot of Doug, but Doug will be on YouTube, and he's going to be posting a word. It's going to be a secret word of the day. You got to watch the videos. It's for subscribers only, but we're going to let Doug tell you in his own words right now. Hit it, Doug.
What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here from the Dodgers Nation postgame show and YouTube channel, and I'm excited to announce a new promotion here at Dodgers Nation for the month of February. With spring training right around the corner, we're celebrating by giving away $1,000 worth of cash and prizes for the entire month of February. Yes, $1,000 worth of cash.
Show me the money.
Cash money.
I like money.
I'm talking about this.
Yes, money in baseball.
Are
the
people
two
just
greatest things in the
messing with
world,
me?
Right? So here's how you win. We'll be posting videos daily on the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. It'll either be a video for me or one by the senior editors here at Dodgers Nation, Clint Pasillas or Brooke Smith. And in that video, you'll see a word of the day at some point during the video. You got to look for it. It'll be on the screen at some point during the video. It could be towards the middle or towards the end. But once you identify the word of the day, head over to the Dodgers Nation YouTube page, go to the About section, and email us the word. And once you do that, you're entered to win. We randomly select a winner each day, every single day. And if you're one of the lucky winners, you'll take home at least a $25 Amazon gift card. Could be more. We're giving away over $1,000 in cash and prizes this month to one random winner every single day on the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. So here's how it'll go down. At some point during the video, you'll see the word of the day flash. In this case, we have the word win. Then once you're done watching the video, you head over to the Dodgers Nation YouTube page, go to the About section, email us, then you're entered to win right there. Now, you can only enter if you're subscribed to the channel and you have notifications on. So make sure you're subscribed so you have access to our YouTube email and also have those notifications on so you'll know when we post new videos. So that's all you have to do. Find the word of the day, enter it, and then you get randomly selected, and then you win the prize.
You did it! Congratulations!
You won! You did it!
So, I'm seeing people are still, I don't even know what's going on. I wish I could hear us. You guys still do, please continue to let us know if wait, now can I not be heard? Is this thing is saying I can't be heard now? Heard? Well, we'll see what's going on. Somebody at some point, hey, oh, I know why. I know what happened. Wait, there. Okay. I'm seeing a little bit of audio. There. Yes. Luckily, I can cut all of this. Man, this is a hell of a day, guys. We're trying our best.
First day of February. rough year already.
All right. I think that should be good. Now we're both loud again. Guys, there's volume on your phone too. I'm just saying.
No. Doesn't work like that. No.
Anyways, all right. Again, I tried to balance. I tried to balance you out, and we'll figure it out. I shouldn't be too loud. I'm literally in the same pocket of gain that I normally am, and I can't. I don't have the control I usually do in the office. So sorry. Yeah, and Tim, thank you. I am just loud. I'm happier than I was last week. Thank you, John G. Sometimes live things are a struggle. Do you have a better stream? We'll go to yours. Thanks for stopping by. Anyways.
It's very unprofessional considering that we're not professionals in the first place. But thank you, John. Thank you for chiming in, you son of a bitch.
Oh, God. Daniel over here telling me on Slack that I was sounding fine when people were saying they couldn't hear me. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to stick with this because the numbers are telling me that things are right. It is what it is. If I'm loud, that's just my life. Anyways, you guys are going to find that word of the day every single day on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. You should be a subscriber. You should hit that notification bell so you can get notified first. And we're going to be picking, I think it's one winner a day, something like that. We're going to be picking winners. Email, you're going to get all the details, like Doug said, and you're going to get all the details on other places. Yes. Check it out also. It's on DodgersNation.com. All right. Anyways, moving on.
Perfectly executed. No mistakes.
Hey, when people are telling you, hey, you're too loud and we can't hear you, but also your audio is perfect, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to please people here now. So, Brooke, why don't you just yell a little bit, and people will be happier, I guess. I don't know.
I I find it hard to raise my voice. I don't like being loud.
In
Threatening.
In other news, I'm calling this MLB versus MLB PA 2 Electric Boogaloo. The league is at it again. Why don't you tell people a little bit about what's going on?
Oh boy. Well, if you guys have been paying any attention to Major League Baseball over the past couple weeks, you'll know that there's not really a plan in place. There kind of is, because the current CBA is a contract. It is a plan. It is whatever you want to call it. It is a proposal, whatever you want it to be. Well, the league sent over a new proposal for the 2021 season that, number one, says that the start date of Major League Baseball is going to be pushed back 1 month. What was that, April 28th or something like that, Clint? Something like that?
That's correct.
April 28th. It would push postseason back into November. It would include expanded playoffs. I think only 14 teams this time, not like all of the league like last year. It would include the universal DH. Players would be paid the full 162 game pay, but only for 154 games. In addition to that, you would also have a lot of double headers, less rest days, things like that. So it's look, we don't know. Like, all we can do is look at what's being presented and bring it to you guys. We don't really have good judgment on it because we're not involved in the process. We don't know the day to day, but I can make personal judgment calls. And I can tell you that the league is trying to screw the players. That's my personal opinion, is that the league is trying to screw the players.
I could definitely see that. We did talk today to MLB Insider and longtime friend of the show. It's been a while since he's been on the show, but we talked to our friend, Mr. Bob Nightengale of USA Today. We're going to play a clip, and we'll come back and talk about the clip there. So, button. There's a button.
What is there about it that players don't seem, or the players union specifically doesn't seem to like about this deal?
Well, I think it still gives the Rod Manfred the power to shut things down if things go bad with the virus. You know, just like a year ago, nothing changed there. You know, they're still talking. You know, they're trying to get it resolved. Where the union says, okay, how about you guys take full responsibility? If you play, you know, 130 games, 100 games, you still get paid 162. And MLB said, no, we're not doing that. There's also talk about, you know, if you have expanded playoffs, our teams like the Dodgers going to try as hard to win. No, they don't have to.
Apparently, people also can't hear Bob. I don't know what the hell happened today. There's no change that should have been happening. Brooke, why don't you explain a little bit? Apparently now they can't hear. This thing can't hear. Oh, that's right. That's right. Because I turned down. I don't know what's going on with the audio today. It's weird. I don't know, but you explain what we talked about with Bob. I'll post it somewhere later. I'm going to be busy.
That's all that matters. We'll have it back up later for you guys. You can watch that interview always. Basically, it comes down to a few different things, but essentially, in terms of the players and what they're looking for, they think that if they were to accept a season that was 154 games long with the full pay and the expanded playoffs, I think the biggest thing for them is the expanded playoffs. They look at that and they say, look, if you don't have to win that many games to get into the playoffs, which would be the case if there are more spots to make the playoffs, then teams might be not be incentivized to win or try as hard or to try to put up a 95-plus win season or something like that. And if that's the case, you don't have to spend that much money in free agency. You don't have to go out and get the big names off of the market. You don't have to go out and get the Trevor Bauers and the Marcell Ozunas and these names. And so from the player's perspective, that's a reason to spend less money. Obviously, if you're a player, you want to make more money, so it doesn't make sense for you that way. That's the thing, though, is Major League Baseball is looking at this, and they're saying, we're going to push it back a month for the safety of players, for the safety of et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of people view that, and they say, look, they just want to make sure that they have fans in the stands. They want to make sure that they can get as many games during the season with paying fans in the stands to get that revenue throughout the course of the year, which is probably true. I'm sure that owners would love to have fans in the stands to be able to make some money. In addition to that, they are using the designated hitter as a bargaining chip for this whole process, but the league also wants the designated hitter. So it's kind of like a weird bargaining chip where you're like, I want this and you want this, so I'll give it to you if you also give me something else. And you're like, wait, you want it too? And they're like, yeah, but I'm not going to give it to you unless you give me the expanded playoffs. So it's a really odd situation. I just don't think it's going to go over the league the way that the league hopes it's going to go over. Obviously, there's the safety side of it. You want to make sure that players are protected. If they're going into spring training literally this month, within like 2 weeks, they'll start reporting, you're going into some of the worst hotspots in the country. And that is a danger. There's a risk associated with that. But players don't seem to want to give in on this particular instance. And you talked a little bit about it with Bob, where you're saying they just don't want to give Rob Manfred any sort of power because they don't trust him.
Yeah, and I think, okay, I look like I'm low. I think I figured out what the problem is. It was picking up a different mic. It shouldn't have been, so I'm sorry, guys. I do appreciate John G did super chat us $50 for audio video help. So John, appreciate the fun in that. But apparently I'm loud again. Unless Santiago's just messing with me. I'm gonna murder everybody with love and kindness. But yeah, there's a lot of problems that are dangerously apparent with the league and with the players, and we're going to see it expand once the CBA expires at the end of the season. Like you were mentioning, the players have no faith in Rob Manfred to not screw them a little in some way professionally. So yeah, it's just, man, it's I don't think it's as ugly as it should be or as it is, but I guess it is what it is.
I mean, I just don't see a scenario where it's going to get any better. And you talk about the future outlook with like the 20, what's the other season? 2020, after 2021. I always forget what year it is now.
Yeah. New year, who dis?
After 2021, when the CBA expires, you look at the state of things now, and it doesn't seem like it's going to get any better. It kind of seems like it's going to just get worse from here. I mean, are we going to even have baseball in 2022?
I remember a little while back, our boy SD Dodger Tim Rogers on our DodgerStation.com, he posted about we have maybe 2 or 3 more years of baseball before we might have a very long and painful work stoppage, and it seems to be once again like that could be that could be realized, that problem, that fear could be realized, that we don't have baseball for an extended period of time in 2022. You hope. I mean, the MLB made a bunch of different hires in different departments. You hope, and they're bringing in recent players, so you hope maybe the recent players talk to Manfred, talk to the league, talk to the higher ups, and explain to them, hey, you don't have the players on your side. We've talked to one player, friend of the show in the past, who said that the league, the players don't honestly like Manfred, and a lot of that became a lot more apparent after the the shutdown, I guess, or the attempted restart from last year. So it is what it is. I would be surprised to see baseball being played on time in 2022, but maybe all of this is a practice run for them to figure it out for the CBA in at the end of 2021 and into the next season. You hope.
I mean, you hope, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not optimistic about any of this. If you can't work together well to get the season started last year, I mean, we didn't start up till end of July, and we still didn't have all the details figured out until hours before the first pitch of the actual season. You know, you talk about the extended playoffs, that didn't come into play until the day of the first game. And if you're looking at that, you're like, okay, well, there's no hope for next year then. There's no way these two sides are going to work together fast enough to get something put together. They're still working on this year. They can't even look towards next year yet. So I don't have a lot of faith in the process. I don't have a lot of faith in both sides, honestly. I have no faith in the ownership side of things, no faith in the Rob Manfred side of things. Put Theo Epstein in charge, put somebody in charge. I don't know. It's I mean, for lack of a better word, it's a shit show, and I'm worried. I'm very worried.
I'm proud of you. Look at that. You guys made Brooks say a foul word.
Yeah.
He's going to go to heck.
Heck.
Go have a heckin' good time. Today's already a heckin' good time, boys and girls. There's been plenty of struggles. I hope we sound decent enough now. I think from what I'm seeing, there's fewer complaints. Just people having fun with us. I'm pretty sure there are also comments of people starting from the beginning and hearing that, so that's probably messing us up. I did see our girl Katie say, "Did this leave them alone?" It's Monday, all that kind of stuff. So we appreciate y'all for sticking with us. Again, this is weird. I swear this never happens to me.
Never happens. This is the first time. Tina G-Man over on Facebook says MLB new leadership. Wholeheartedly agree, Tina. I think a lot of players in Major League Baseball would also agree with you. I think it was the Athletic that did the article where it interviewed a bunch of agents anonymously.
Yeah.
And basically asked them, like, hey, what do you guys think of Rob Manfred? And it was almost like across the board, like, that guy has no idea what he's doing. Like, zero idea what he's doing. So obviously there's something going on there that needs to change, but he's not in favor of the players, that's for sure.
Damn straight. My boy Sandro says I sound like a man. Hell yeah, thank you very much, Sandro.
What do I sound like?
People said you sound too low, you sound grainy. I think for a little bit you sounded like a computer because the camera, the webcam microphone is what was on and active. And
I was yelling at the webcam.
No, I was yelling because it just picks up all of the audio in the room, and there's no reason for it to have done that. Oh. I have no idea why it did. I blame OBS. How dare they make me pay for this free software? Anyways, yeah. So, moving on, trudging forward, we have a giveaway. It's gonna be a little bit of fun here as we do. We're back with our friends over at Elite Sports Collectibles, and we are doing giveaways every Monday. We're doing giveaways with our friends at Elite Sports all season long, and we are announcing the winner of last week's giveaway, which is a beautiful, delicious Fernando Valenzuela autographed card. It's in a nice container, like a, what do they call it, a container so you can't touch it, case. Protective case. So you know what they say, YOLO. But the winner of said Fernando card is blah 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 blah. I'm assuming you're gonna.
Yeah, that was good timing on the first. It was like the crescendo of the drum roll. Gustavo Villegas at GVillegas2K over on what's that site called? Instagram. You're the proud owner of a brand new autographed, signed, verified, whatever they call it, PSA DNA. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, you get a Fernando Valenzuela signed card. It's all yours. We're going to DM you on Instagram. It's just easier that way because people forget and don't pay attention, etc. You have 48 hours to respond, or else it goes back to Fernando. Not sure.
I like that. That's I think that might be the best one yet.
Yeah, thank you. I come up with a new one every week, guys.
Next, we are announcing the next giveaway, which is this sweet Clayton Kershaw autographed photo. It's an autographed photo from our friends at Elite Sports Collectibles. So to enter to win, you're going to want to go onto Instagram. You're going to see the post. You're going to want to make sure you're following us. Follow at Elite Sports Collectibles 1 on Instagram. And what's the other thing? Oh, tag friends in the comments. Each friend in the comment is another entry that Brooke might pull from using the magic of that one entry magic thing with more magic, because that's just the word I'm going for right now. So anyways, yeah, I can win Kershaw, and YOLO. That's it. That's the end of that particular section of the show. We're going to announce the winner next Monday, and be there, and hopefully the audio will be squared away.
You'll be able to hear it then. Don't be so excited. You'll be able to hear it.
Don't tell them that. You don't know.
You might be able to hear it then. Tune in to find out if you can hear it then.
We really don't know. All right. Let's get into the fun stuff, the good stuff, the stuff people cares about. Hopefully this is the good part of the show that people enjoy. Honestly, there's a chance Brooke and I might have to re-record the first half of this show because YOLO. So if you're listening on the podcast and it sounds good, you missed a whole lot. You're going to want to go to the YouTube side. Anyway.
Whatever.
It is time for this week's version, episode, Magic Delicious, because again, I'm going with that segment of Reportedly, and we are bringing you the latest hot stove news and rumors and yada yada from February 1st. As when we're recording this, is when we're going live. It's February 1st. So we got to talk about Bauer. We got to talk about Justin Turner. As you noted today on our DodgersNation.com, things happen. Things still happen in February.
Yeah, I mean, it does. There's been a lot of, you talk about like free agent signings. Obviously, trades have happened. I think what was the date of the Mookie Betts trade? It was in February.
Yeah.
I know that much because I was here. Always.
I think it was, we're coming up on like exactly a year of the day, within a few days. But yeah, it was a year ago, just shy of a year ago in February that trade officially went through. It was leaked, announced before, but then that's where they had all the problems with the bruised our shoulder and everything and yada yada. But
yeah, I mean, so it's not unheard of for teams to wait this long. It's not common by any sort of any definition of the word, but also you look at the situation that Major League Baseball is in right now, and it makes sense that teams would want to wait as long as possible to add talent, to pay money to people, because no one knows what the season's going to look like. They don't even know if there's a DH right now, let alone everything else. But you look back at the history of some of the, we'll just go recent history, just the past couple of years. Justin Turner was signed February 6th of 2014. Obviously, that was a minor league deal. Obviously, that was a deal that nobody knew was going to have as big of an impact as it did. Turns out, one of the greatest hitters for the Dodgers of all time. Another one, Howie Kendrick, signed also February 4th. That was after he rejected his qualifying offer when he was traded over. Howie didn't turn out that great for us in those following years, but we traded him and we got Darnell Sweeney, I think. So,
no, they traded. No, that's right. We got Darnell Sweeney back. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got him back again after we traded him again.
That's how you know it's a good trade, boys and girls.
We also got Hideo Nomo in February of 1995. So things happen. It's not unheard of to get a organization, team-changing, season-changing player this late in the game. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I'm saying that it's possible. We could get JT again in February. Yeah,
it's going to happen this year for sure. Something will happen. It's got to be coming real soon. JT's going to be re-signing or going somewhere else, but that's still something. Why not? That's gonna be a thing. So before digging into the rumors, though, we got to talk about what happened since we were last live and probably sounding better then. We got to talk about Joc, your boy, young Joc Pederson. He's gone. He's dead. No, his career in Dodger Blue is dead. He is now a Chicago Cub. He inked a 1-year, $7 million deal, leaving a 1-year, $10 million deal on the table with the White Sox because he, I guess, rejected that, hoping to get more money. But it is what it is. You look at the legacy that Joc leaves behind, man. I mean, I'm glad he's gone for the sake of him getting an opportunity somewhere that he may be able to, play full time. We know we tried. He can't hit left-handed pitching. They're probably going to try in Chicago. What do they have to lose? But still, I know a lot of people are hurting with the idea of losing Joc Pederson. I get it. How are you feeling? What was your reaction to Joc and that Cubby deal?
I mean, we just talked to Joc. That wasn't that long ago that we had that conversation with him. So it was, it's fresh. You kind of just knew it was coming eventually. At one point we thought he wasn't on the team last year before Artie Moreno decided to pull the plug on that. So you always knew that he wasn't a part of their plans for the future. You knew that going into this year, this was probably going to be his last year with the team. I'm not saying he can't sign down the line. I don't think that'll happen, but I'm not saying it can't happen. I like Joc, man. Joc had some big moments for the Dodgers. When he first showed up, I remember thinking like, this dude's going to be huge for this team. And then ebbs and flows, highs and lows, valleys and peaks. It happens. It's okay. I'm happy for him. Really happy he gets the chance to hopefully start every day to build up that. I hope that he can go and start hitting left-handed pitching. That's what I mean. I hope he gets that chance so he can prove like, hey, I can be an everyday player. So please pay me as an everyday player. Because if he can't do that in Chicago, no one's going to pay him as an everyday player. People are going to pay him as a platoon player, and it sucks because he has such good potential when he is hitting right-handed pitching. You look at him and you're like, wow, this guy's a monster. So really hope that he can go out, perform in Chicago, hit some monster home runs there in the Windy City, and then get the bag after that, man.
Yeah, no, zero doubt about that, man. I was going to play a clip from the last time we interviewed Joc, but if we're being real, it's probably not going to work. But I'm going to try it because that'll give me an opportunity to fix maybe something else that broke. I have no idea what's going on today. This is a very weird episode, guys, so I apologize. But let's try to play our favorite Joc moment. Taylor Swift or Billie Eilish?
Oh, my God, Taylor Swift.
Right.
I like Billie, though. Wow.
That's a good pick. I mean, it seems not appropriate to ask this during a workout type of interview, but pizza or ice cream?
Ooh. Those are literally my two favorite things. That's like ice cream.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah. That's a point right there. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes, no brainer, buttermilk.
Oof. You more of a coffee guy, or are you kind of an energy drink guy?
I really don't mess with caffeine, honestly. So neither. I could go with neither and be totally fine.
He's naturally flying. I love
There you go. Seems like an interesting question given the fact that you have a dog, but dogs or cats?
Dogs. All
Easy,
day.
easy.
Just want to make sure.
All right. I mean, this is the great debate. I mean, in my household with my wife, this is the great debate. Toilet paper rules, over or under?
Wait, what?
You know how you like hang the toilet paper off of the roll? Is it supposed to hang over it, or is it supposed to hang under the backside of it?
Man, I don't even know.
Dude,
honestly.
I mean, you're gonna think about it now. Next time you're in the bathroom, you're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
To be there, flipping the roll.
I don't know.
Look, man, think about it. Get back to me next time.
Quality. You broke Joc Pederson's mind with the toilet paper question.
Yeah, it was not my question. I think you had written up that question, but it was one that I did not anticipate him having to think so hard about. So you can see my mind break a little bit when he's like, "What? Like, what is the question?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What's the question?" And he's like, "I don't know what that means." Also, people are remembering that I had briefly had a mustache at one point, so you can let me know in the comments if you're going to miss Joc Pederson or my mustache more. That'll make us feel nice inside. I really enjoyed that conversation with Joc. That was the first time that you and I really got to sit down and talk to him. It was a lot of fun. He was hilarious. Seemed like he was having a lot of fun with us. So I'm definitely gonna miss him, man. I really liked him. It was really cool to watch him show up as a kid and now get to watch him leave with a couple of kids and a couple of dogs and all that. And just, he's a full-grown adult, man.
We had a really full gambit of Joc Pederson as a human adult male boy. Because we had skinny baby Joc who can still run. We had whatever he became by the end of his career, or by like 2019, him trying to play first base and all the things. You know what? All the love to Joc Pederson. He did mean a lot to this club. He gave us some great quotes. He gave us some great energy. Unlike your friend Gavin Lux. That's an inside joke, kids, that you all probably know if you follow us on Twitter by now. But a lot of people, by the way, still want you to grow back that mustache. I still think you should grow back that mustache. That's just my personal opinion. I think we were doing our best shows when you had that Brook stash because you had a different vibe to you. But we'll go ahead and move on from that because we know Mrs. Brook isn't a fan. Seeing a few people in the comments also talking about answering the question. I saw Santiago, our boy Santiago, who, by the way, I need to get out to South Pass because he made us some beautiful 3D print. He made us the Blue Heaven logo 3D printed, which looks awesome. Gary picked them all up, and also a Dodgers logo. So we're going to be running some giveaways, some personal giveaways. I don't know where as Mrs. Brook pops in and says no mustache. So you heard it here first, folks. It's never coming back.
That's it.
But
that's all anybody's ever here for, is to tell me that I can't grow a mustache back.
We really appreciate Santiago for sending us gifts. People don't need to do that, but that means a lot to us. But he mentioned the same way Mrs. FRG mentions, if you have cats, the toilet paper roll goes on the back or under, whatever. I'm an over guy, and I always go over because I'm not a sinner. And that's how it was in the Bible, if I'm not mistaken. I've never read the book, but it is what it is. Anyway,
chapter 4.
Yeah. Chapter 4.
Yep.
The TP edition. Anyways, all right. Let's get into actual news. Justin Turner, still not a Los Angeles Dodger. So here's reportedly, this is the latest crime scene investigation, private investigator sleuth work that we have put together, linking what could be happening with the Justin Turner free agency saga. Reportedly, 4 teams were in on JT, according to John Heyman, who likes the sound of his own voice. You were a little sneaky last week. You broke the idea of Atlanta, but dig in.
Yeah, and then they took it, and then they ran with it.
You're a man. You are a full blown journalist insider, but
I am not 100% convinced that they didn't just read that and they were like, that makes sense. Let's run with Atlanta. They're like, Atlanta's talking to them.
That would be beautiful, man. That would be absolutely beautiful. But tell the fine folks here on the internet what teams could be in or should be in and all that kind of good stuff.
Okay, well, we've already seen, obviously, the Dodgers count as one of them, so we're going to go ahead and count them out of that and say it's 3 teams. Dodgers obviously in. Whatever. It's presumably them. It's probably the Blue Jays at one point or another. I don't know where they are. I don't think that they have any interest at this point, especially considering they just added a shortstop.
Infield option.
Aside from that,
we'll see.
The Brewers were linked, and that one to me was like a, huh? Like the Brewers? And then I was like, okay, Ryan Braun's gone. So they need an old right-handed bat because they have to have one every year. That makes sense. Maybe that's it. They're like, old guy, you're right-handed, you can DH. Sure, take Ryan Braun's spot. We don't have to pay him anymore. So maybe there's that. Atlanta could be a fit for him. I don't know where they're at on Marcell Ozuna. It doesn't seem like they're going to want to pay him money from what I understand, and he's going to probably get decent money depending on if there's a universal DH or not. So if they want to go a cheaper, shorter-term option, JT might be an option for them, but it sounds like they're going to have to try to go 4 years on him, which to me is a deal breaker. But that's a deal breaker for a lot of teams, so who knows?
Yeah. Everything points back to the Dodgers. We've been saying this all season, off season long. Everybody's been saying this all off season long. What the hell, WTF, is the holdup in getting this damn deal done? Like, you could have seen maybe different. There's been different. Maybe I don't know. I'll go with hurdles throughout the offseason. Yeah, he was on his month-long vacation with Courtney in the RV after the World Series. There was the second week of January where Tommy passed, and you want to respect losing a legend, and you don't want to have that overtake the Dodger headlines. So you wait, you hold back. Don Sutton the next week, you hold back because obviously Justin Turner is a lifelong Dodger fan. He understands the legacy of this organization. Maybe that is a just reaching out there option, but it is February 1st, and now at this point, if these two sides are trying to work something out to make this work, it just feels full-blown disrespectful to Justin. And if he's the one that won't take a 3-year deal or something like that, that's kind of like disrespectful of him to the Dodgers, the team that made him into the player that he is, gave him that opportunity. They traded away our belovable, I'm going to go with that, Juan Uribe to give him that full-blown, full-time third base position. I don't know, man.
Right.
Is it pride that's holding this up?
Honestly, I've looked at this every way possible, and I've tried to justify it in every sense of the word. But to me, this is them waiting this long and them still not having a deal is the biggest indication to me that I think both sides are waiting on the DH situation to play itself out. I think on one hand, the Dodgers are looking at it and saying, hey, if there's a designated hitter, we might want JT in there. We might be able to fit him in. We might have a plan for him. If there's not a DH, then we might not have a plan long term for Justin Turner, or even 2-3 years for Justin Turner. Alternatively, from Justin's side of things, you're looking at it and saying like, hey, I want 4 years. He's not going to get 4 years, I don't think, unless it's from an American League team, if there's not a DH, if there's not a universal DH. So if there is, that opens up his opportunities. That makes it goes from 2 to 3 teams interested in him, maybe 4, 5, 6 teams interested in him, get in a bidding war, you could make more money. I think from all sides, it just makes sense for JT to wait out the universal DH and to figure out if that's going to be a thing moving forward. And right now, we still don't know, and that sucks. Honestly.
And again, it's February 1st, and we don't know if there's going to be a DH. What the hell?
Yeah, players should be there in 2 weeks, but let's not figure out the rules quite yet.
We got a few comments. I like a few from Tim coming in here. He says, our boy SD Dodger, Tim Rogers, fine writer over here, our prospects expert / hugger at Dodgers Nation. It's a strong take by Brooke on the DH issue. Yes, well, I think people can hear points. I'm pretty sure people didn't hear the meh the first time. Andy Saberwall, I'm gonna nail that one on YouTube, saying, Clint, shouldn't we show more trust in Andrew Friedman? He knows what JT means to the team. I would hope. I think little Andy F really does get it. But again, it's February 1st, and this deal still hasn't happened. At this point, it doesn't make a lot of logical. I guess not even logical, illogical sense, like heart, thinking with the heart, thinking with feeling sense on this. That's where it misses for me. Like there's a lot that doesn't quite mesh. When you're looking at the longevity, you're looking at the future of the organization. You're looking at Dave Roberts, who has said time and time again, as soon as he wants, he can have my job. Justin Turner can have my job as a manager. He deserves it. This guy, can handle it. Anyways, a few more. That's getting off a little bit of tangent there. A few more of the comments.
I like it.
A few more of the comments. Sandro saying, we don't need Turner. Sorry, but he's too old. He is old. I don't know about too old yet.
Still a very good hitter. Still a very good
Notably, hitter. He is a better hitter than a lot of those other options out on the market. He was a far superior bat than that of Marcus Semien. I think by the number, I can't think of all the weighted runs created plus numbers off the top of my head right now, but I think he's actually better in the long term than somebody like Nolan Arenado, which is a segue to the next topic we're going to talk about in a second. But Arenado has obviously been fantastic. But seeing a Nelson Cruz, we're going to get a Nelson Cruz in a little bit. Seeing the Jose Ramirez, I think JT's bat has actually been better than Jose Ramirez over the last handful of years. Yeah, man. I guess now's as good a time as any. Nolan Arenado no longer. Who was let's be real, not a real option for the Dodgers. Because because it was supposed to be Christmas. There's Bryant, JT Swifty talking about Chris Bryant. JT's a better hitter than Chris Bryant, even including the MVP and Rookie of the Year season, if I'm not mistaken. But early on, man, Nolan Arenado was going to be a Dodger, and now he is a Cardinal.
A Dodger by Christmas, if I'm not mistaken.
Dodger by
right?
Christmas, man. We never learned which one.
Adjusted to be next Christmas.
Dude, that deal is complex as hell, and I think just before we went live, it became official.
Big final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nolan Arenado went from the Rockies to the Cardinals for an underwhelming deal for Colorado.
Yeah. I mean, man, you look at that and you're like, this is your franchise cornerstone player. This is the guy that you built everything around. And what are you doing with them? You just shipping them
you
off?
send him to the Cardinals. You give the Cardinals $50 million, and you don't get back a top 100 prospect of the I think it was 5 prospects. Last I saw it was 5 prospects. The Rockies were getting back. Oof.
I think it is 5.
Oof. Yep. Oof. I saw. I mean, I really feel bad for Rockies fans. Just in general, because that's all they have as fans over there. You know, it's a bad team to be stuck with, and there's not other teams anywhere around that part of the United States, so you can't go root for somebody else. Right. And you lose your franchise player, man, and that's something that's become kind of the norm for that organization over the last 10 years. You know, you had Todd Helton there his entire career, but Matt Holliday was there for 6 years and shipped away. Troy Tulowitzki, you were going to build everything around that kid, shipped away. And David Dahl, they gave up on him this offseason.
Quickly.
Complex deal, man.
It's really unfortunate because you look at the National League West and you're looking if the Rockies are a good team, the National League West is probably the best division in baseball because let's face it, it's going to be the Dodgers and the Padres all the way to the end. There's not even going to be anybody close when the dust settles. But it really sucks that it is in a position to where it's like, hey, just a few years ago you were playing game 163, throwing against Walker Buehler and having a good chance to actually take home the division because of how well you guys have been playing all year. And now you're at a point where you're like, never mind, we're trading Nolan Arenado. We're pretty much given up on this year already. And if you're a Rockies fan and you're looking at this season, you have given up on this season. There is no hope for you. I am so sorry about that because that really sucks.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. They were already there. They had already, punted the season, but now they're stuck with just Trevor Story. Not stuck. I should say Trevor Story is stuck there.
Trevor Story stuck with them.
And there's no way in hell that if he's a smart man, I might not be a smart man, but I know what love is. I would not be loving that organization, man. Like, they've shown time and time again that they do not mean business in any sense of the word. And, dude, just wait out your ARB years and get out. You're going to get money wherever the hell, whatever age, whatever you end up a free agent, you're going to get money from some team. You're a top 3, if not, I'll say it, if not the best shortstop in the league by numbers. Granted, Coors Field, he plays there 81 games a year in a regular year. But, I would not want to live there if I was Trevor Story. A lot of fans wanted, obviously, to see Nolan come home to Los Angeles. It was never going to happen. Our boy Dave Vassay had noted that pretty early on in the process and then reiterated it again after the trade was done. He was never going to come to LA because the Rockies were not going to trade in division. Why would they trade? Why would the Rockies? They're dumb. Do not get me wrong. The Rockies are dumb. And I think any Rockies fan would back me up on this. Looking at you, Purple Dinosaur Podcast. They're going to back me up on this. The Rockies front office, no idea what the hell they're doing. But they would have got a better package out of it, but from the Dodgers. But they're not going to send Nolan Arenado in division to the team that's by all accounts, by many insiders and experts and analysts and all that, the best team in baseball. That being the Los Angeles Dodgers. So,
yeah, and I mean, honestly, I get it. I mean, if you're looking at your fan base and saying like, hey, we got to trade him, your fan base doesn't want to see him go to your rival. And not that you can really call the Dodgers Rockies rival. I don't think that's the case, but they're in their division, so it makes it a little more complicated. There's no way they were getting away with that, and there's no way they were ever going to even entertain that. If anything, it was only done to boost leverage, and that's it. And that's fine. I don't hate
average.
That. I don't.
Average nobody on YouTube. Beautiful. This gets all the points of the day. Average nobody on YouTube with the comment. The Rockies haven't made any good decisions. Why start now?
Yeah.
That's a
Better late than never, but just don't start now. Just keep going, keep this whole thing rolling, see what happens.
Yeah. So again, for the sake of a segue, Nolan Arenado, an air quote option for the Dodgers, is out of the picture. There are still other options, most of which are probably in-house. We're looking out-of-house. We already mentioned the Chris Bryant factor, but it seems like maybe the Cubs are trying to pretend they're in it after the Joc Pederson signing. I guess they got more money to go and find pitching help per MLB trade rumors. So maybe, just maybe, the Dodgers try to find a creative way, a different way to add that right-handed bat. If, let's say, JT doesn't come back, or even if he does, they could still go this route. They find a different way to add that right-handed bat through the DH, because I kind of feel like it might happen. They're going to figure out something with this baseball, MLB, and the Players Union and all that. They're going to figure something out. Maybe. Nelson Cruz. He was linked over the weekend to the Dodgers very loosely because he said, "Oh yeah, I'd probably play for the Dodgers. Why not? Why wouldn't you? You want to win that World Series that you didn't catch in 2011." So reportedly, if the DH is in play, Nelly said he would play for LA. Just give me something on it. Give me something. Give me anything on it.
Well, look, I mean, I think still his preference is to go back to Minnesota and play for the Twins, and why not? I don't doubt that at all. He kind of likes to stay put for set periods of time if he can, and I totally get that. He's 40 years old, but you look at that, and if you're thinking about a 1-year deal for Nelson Cruz, that is like one of the lowest risks that you can take. You know he's going to be consistent. You know he's going to hit a bunch of home runs. You know he's going to drive in a bunch of runs for you, and you know that he's not going to play the field at all. So you know what you're getting out of Nelson Cruz, and that's what I like about the potential matchup between the two sides. Obviously, there has to be a universal DH, or this doesn't work out in any way, shape, or form, because Nelson Cruz is when did he miss that ball in right field?
That was 2011.
That's how long it's been since he could play defense. So it's been a minute. Even then, he couldn't really play defense. So I think if it were to come to a point where they could sign a DH like that, a guy who could permanently DH, I think he would be the guy. You're not going to sign Marcell Ozuna. That's not going to happen. The Dodgers aren't in a position where they're going to sign a guy to a 4 to 5 year contract or anything like that. They might sign Cruz to a 2-year deal, maybe if that's a breaking point for them. And I don't hate that. If you get a lower annual average, you can squeeze the juice out of him in that year 41 and, hope for the best in year 42. But, whatever happens. But alternatively, I don't think that the Dodgers are the type of the organization to have a true DH.
No.
I think when you and I were talking to Dave Roberts last year, it seemed like that they were really keen on the fact that the DH allowed them to move guys around and get them off their feet, but it never really had a set DH. So in your mind, do you think that they even consider signing a true designated hitter?
I think they would in the event that JT signs elsewhere. Again, only under the scenario that the DH becomes a National League thing, becomes universal, would Nelson Cruz make any sense for the Dodgers? But you look at the lineup, you look at the makeup of the lineup, the Dodgers absolutely need a right-handed batter. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's way too left-handed heavy, especially if Justin Turner is gone. You got Eddie Rios at third base, a left-handed batter, left-handed batter. If Max Muncy's attempting to play third base, a position in which he hates, another lefty. CT3 could be a guy, but now CT3's his role is so much more important with Kike gone, because he's got to bounce around everywhere. You're going to see him playing a lot of outfield, especially now, again, with Joc gone as well, even though the outfield somehow became, without Joc, a much more right-handed heavy with Mookie and AJ Pollock still around. If you're looking to add just a professional hitter, Nelson Cruz, at that age, is only going to be asking for the 1 year. It really does make a lot of sense if the DH is involved. And the Dodgers have done well having those one position guys, those super limited guys. We look at Chase Utley, who really only played second, played a little bit of first on occasion, did not look smooth or even serviceable though, still better than Joc Pederson. But they've done well. David Freese played mostly first base for LA. If there was DH, he would have played DH. He would have been the DH for the Dodgers. And mind you, David Freese friggin' led off for the Dodgers in the World Series like twice in 2018. And again, you get away with it having that older type of bat in the lineup. So if you're just trying to add a DH and maybe I don't know, if you're desperate, plug them in and left for 6 or 7 innings, very scarcely. Sure, why not? But again, just bringing that level of bat would be great. I would like to see somebody like Nelson Cruz, get with a lot of these younger hitters, get with the Gavin Lux, talk shop with him about baseball. I'm seeing a few people, most importantly, our boy Choice Fielder, talking about Zach McKinstry's season. McKinstry's going to be playing big, but again, another left-handed batter where you bring in Nelly Cruz, right-handed batter, one of the best at his age still, one of the best still right-handed batters in the league. A lot of things balance out. You get both JT and him, yeah, whatever. But again, I think you could maybe.
We get Zach McKinstry, though, as our better Kike Hernandez replacement, which I think it's really odd to see people on Twitter lose their minds. No, maybe that's just a general statement. I don't even necessarily mean
period.
The Dodgers,
period.
Just to see them losing their minds about the Dodgers letting Kike and Joc. That was a foregone conclusion. I think anybody who paid attention over the last couple of years knew that Kike and Joc were not going to be a part of this team once they entered free agency. There's no reason for that. You look at the depth of the organization, and that tells you that top to bottom. But I won't go off too much on that. People have emotions, and that's okay. But there are better guys waiting in the wings. There are better guys who are on the horizon. There are better guys who can fill their spots for much cheaper than what they were going to demand in the market. And obviously, we saw what they got, and those are prices that the Dodgers probably could afford, but don't need to afford. So why bother with that? Just because you love them doesn't mean we have to keep them.
Mark my words.
That's my take on.
Mark my words. Do not. Oh wait. I'll give you the clap. That's a valid point. It's a great point. You should get a podcast. I'm just telling you.
Thank you.
Mark my words. Do not sleep on Zach McKinstry. That kid is going to do something. Hopefully, I wouldn't say special, but he's going to do something nice for us in 2021. Us being the Dodgers, because I am, again, as we always say, very much. I'm in the clubhouse. I am the Dodgers. Check out our boy, Mr. I love saying our boy. It's just my thing. But Tim Rogers. SD Dodger Tim on our website, DodgersNation.com, posted a nice, I would say, I'll just go with an editorial because that's what it is. An editorial based on I think it was Baseball America. They were talking about the Dodgers farm system and how sneaky good it is. Right now, the Dodgers are, I think, out of the top 10 in farm systems. By midseason, they're going to be right back up there, possibly in the top 5. But the Baseball America people had very high rankings. They spoke highly of Zach McKinstry, so check out that article by Tim at SD Dodger Tim. He has it linked somewhere on his Twitter. Great article, great stuff from Baseball America. Listen to the podcast as well. They went all in on the Dodgers farm system, and as a Dodger fan, it should make you feel really, really good about the future of this organization that hasn't drafted in the top 10 since I think Kershaw was drafted in 2006, 2007. So they have done some magic. Logan White going to, what's his name? Janine Garoppolo or something like that. I can't remember the guy.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, damn it. Now I messed this up by saying both of them. Somebody will get me in the comments here, but the new scouting director, somebody. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You know the guy with the G. Something with a G.
Jimmy Garoppolo, yeah.
Yes, Jimmy Garoppolo. Dan Perdue talking about Josiah. He's getting hyped big time, but that's just one guy. A lot, since there was no 2020 season, a lot of the prospects couldn't really be ranked because nobody could see them. The evaluators couldn't see them. Right. But again, there's some really killer players out there. As we inch towards wrapping up the show, I really appreciate y'all that have hung out this long through the struggles, through the fun. I hope this part has been fun for y'all. We appreciate you guys. Eric says bring in Chico. Why not? Let's do it. Chico, third base. We said it last week. We got to talk about the latest on Trevor Bauer, which is a volatile topic, understandably, and even more volatile today because of the latest article that happened about a half an hour before showtime over on The Athletic. Let's kind of start from the top. Trevor Bauer is still a free agent. No shock. Reportedly, the Angels are out of the running on Trevor Bauer because the pitching coach hates him. Newsflash, right now, everybody who has a soul hates the pitching coach, Mickey Callaway. And I'm not going to get into it because it's not our place, and I don't want to deal with the comments of people who are just mean-spirited and bad people. But if somebody tells you no, no means no. Respect an ignored text message. Respect women in general. Respect women in the workplace. Respect everybody. Don't be a dick. This has been FRG's Advice Corner. Take that with you. Don't be a dick.
That's our
plain and simple.
Yeah.
Again, you've probably seen it all on the internet. Roach saying F that I'm not even going to say the guy, but there's a Barstool guy. Barstool gonna Barstool. Sometimes they do really good things. A lot of times they don't.
Right.
Who's the Barstool guy? I can't think of his name right now, even though he's been all over with the Stunks. What's his name?
It's the Stool Presidente. That's
Dave Portnoy. He's financially he's done a lot of really good with money and helping people get through financially through the pandemic. A lot of restaurants, mom and pop owned shops. So I'm not going to diss him on the philanthropy side of things. But much like the Mets need to do, you need to know who's working for you. You need to know the value of the person inside that's working for you. And Mickey Callaway is a dick and a shitty person. We're gonna get off of that again. So Trevor Bauer, also a dick.
Good transition.
Trevor Bauer, also a dick. Anaheim is reportedly out on him, even though we will say otherwise. Potentially, thanks to our friend Bob Nightengale, who we will get a clip from him on Bauer's free agency. Weaving together this story on Bauer here. Toronto was a guy who's been linked to Trevor all off season. They picked up Steven Matz from the Mets. Hey, that's a fun one to say. Oh. And after adding they added George Springer, Marcus Semien, and Matt's money. That's a lot of money. They apparently still have payroll to play with, like $35 million or something like that. So they're shedding money. Okay. Are they really in play, in your opinion? Sorry, the Mets side. The Mets are shedding money. I'm going to focus on the Toronto side first. The Mets have added payroll, a lot of payroll. They still have payroll to play with. Would they add somebody that's like maybe a $35 million a year guy? Do you think they would go that route?
I don't think that they would go that in on this year. I think that there are obviously pieces that can get them there, but I just don't think that they're going to go all in on a Bauer situation. That's too much for me. That's too much for me to see the Blue Jays doing. I don't think so. If you're talking about the Mets, I can see that. Easy.
Yeah, they shed that $5 million-ish on the Steven Matz trade to the Toronto Blue Jays, which again, it feels like it takes Toronto slightly out of the running. It feels like it adds the Mets sort of into the running, but you look, they got some pitching, sort of. Top 3 is solid.
I know. I mean, if you're looking at historically World Series teams, like the Nationals got it done with 3 pitchers, and it's been proven that you can get pretty far in a playoff series with just 3 really good pitchers and a 3-headed monster. So, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that the Mets have what it takes. If you have Jacob deGrom in your starting rotation, you're already in a good spot to get stuff done. So I think that they're in a good spot that way, but also they're adding defense and offense. So I think the Mets are looking good. In my opinion, I don't think they need to spend the money on Bauer. I don't think anybody should spend that money on Bauer because I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is. But, it's up to you. I won't tell you how to spend your money.
Put that on a shirt and put Luba Sports under it. It's not as good as he thinks it is. But yeah, again, the Mets have DeGrom. They just picked up the Cookie Carrasco. They got Marcus Stroman. So that is a quality top 3. And they have some other, serviceable guys to back them up. Even if they wanted to plug in, who's the guy I've been talking about, the reliever for years that's also started. Anyways, they have a guy. Lugo? Yeah, Seth Lugo is a guy they could plug in. But David Peterson, whatever that is, they just pick up that one time for like 2 starts, Dodger killer Joey Lucchesi, they can plug into the rotation. Today they picked up Jordan Yamamoto, who had a bad but good by some people's standard season with the Marlins in, I think, 2019, his rookie year, and was god-awful last year. So they have some bodies that they could plug in. Noah Syndergaard's going to be back probably mid-season, a little bit after. You don't need Trevor Bauer. You don't need, like you said perfectly, you can get by with those top 3. You could just burn them into the ground. You mentioned the Nats. Boston did it. The Red Sox straight up did it. In a way, in the cheating year, the Astros did it with their starters, because they just ended up plugging a lot of their starters into the bullpen. So maybe a little bit less so, but on the Bauer stuff, this is my favorite thing today. Before I say that, because I have a great graphic from our guy Eddie. The reports were that it was down to the Dodgers and the Mets for the Trevor Bauer sweepstakes. And I guess over the weekend they built a platform for Trevor Bauer to announce his decision, which is pathetic in my opinion. But I'm going to go, there's LeBauer. We got the decision 2021, Trevor Bauer edition. It's not going to be on ESPN. It's probably going to be on his YouTube channel. But I want you to react. I want you to laugh first, and then I want you to react.
I'll react to it because I think it's just like, when LeBron did his, taking my talents to South Beach thing, people laughed at it. Like, people thought it was a pretty funny thing. They're like, wow, this guy really is really high on himself. Huh? But also, at the time, that was a huge decision. Like, a lot of people were paying attention to that. Like, the entire country, even if you weren't a fan of basketball, you were like, where's LeBron going? Like, he's the best player in the game right now. Where's he going? That's not the case here. You're not looking at the best player in baseball leaving. You're not looking at, like, a high pro. I mean, he won the National League Cy Young Award. I can't take that away from him. He won it. There's nothing I can do about it.
It's
just so funny to me to be like, everyone look at me. I'm doing this right now. And you know what? He's building his YouTube platform. It sounds like he wants to be that guy. He wants to be an influencer or whatever he does on YouTube. If that's his brand, that's his brand. I'm not going to knock it. If he wants to make money that way, let him make money that way. But don't be surprised if you get laughed at a little bit along the way, man, because people are going to laugh at this one.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand it. This is the only time in his life he's going to be able to do something like this. Why not soak it up? He's never going to win another Cy Young Award. Hey, guys, bookmark that, all right? Feel free. I would happily eat crow on that one down the road. But I'm never going to say respect, but for lack of a better word, I'll give him the respect of taking advantage of the platform and the situation that he's never going to get again. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing, with this Bauer situation. Our boy Bob, Mr. Bob Nightengale, who on the stream side you guys will actually be able to hear this time, I hope. I'm going to knock on table. This is what Bob told us earlier today about the Trevor Bauer free agency.
I just got to get your opinion. Not asking for any information here, just your opinion. Where do you think Trevor Bauer lands long term?
I'm going to go to the Mets. Right now, as we're speaking, I don't think he has another formal offer. I really don't. I mean, the Dodgers always kind of hang back and, kind of do a lowball offer. They did that with Bryce Harper. They even did that with DJ LeMahieu. I don't see him doing that. I don't rule out the Angels. I know there's been stories that the Angels are out. They're not out. They're still hanging around. But, yeah, I mean, I still think the Mets make the most sense. It'll be interesting, too, with the new owner, Steve Cohen, having the financial thing last week, losing about $1.5 billion in the stock market. I would think this might make him more aggressive, saying, hey, I want to show that my losses on the personal side have nothing to do with the team.
The comments, dude. Y'all are sharp sometime, man. Also, I appreciate the help. People saying that we can hear it. But Bob, we got a Bob bomb there that he doesn't think Trevor has any other offers, legitimate offers on the table other than the one that's been sort of leaked about the Mets or from the Mets. Do you think that's Bob just kind of talking because we blindsided him with the question, or you think that's pretty accurate?
I mean, we did blindside him with a question, to be fair. We didn't really plan on that one until late in the game, but that's okay. That's on us. I do think that is realistic. He talked about a little bit about the Dodgers kind of lowballing people and then kind of waiting in the wings to see what happens. And that seems to be a recurring theme with Andrew Friedman, where he'll kick the tires on a pretty big-name free agent. He'll give him an offer he kind of knows that they're not going to accept, just to let him know that they're interested in him and they are willing to talk to them, and then he'll let everybody else do the negotiating. He's not going to be leveraged against. He's not going to be used as leverage for teams or free agents. He's not going to be that guy. But if he comes back and says, hey, this is my offer, then I'm sure there's been multiple occasions where he's been like, all right, good luck in New York, Garrett Cole, or good luck with the Phillies, Bryce Harper. Yeah. I'm not touching that offer. So I think that there's a lot of truth to that. It does seem very Andrew Friedman-esque to be that kind of guy. He's a smart dude. He's not going to overpay for anybody unless ownership makes him, and that's only been in one particular case, but that's okay. It would make sense to me that the Mets would be the only team in him. It's kind of funny to me that he had this huge market that was expected to be out for him, and it seems like there's really only one or two teams in on him. Kind of funny to me.
No, it's very funny. Let's be real. It's very funny.
It's very
that
funny.
He thought half the league would be in on him. And it comes down to maybe 1.5 teams honestly in on him. You love it. I mean, the person that loves pain inside me would love to see him not get a contract offer at all. I think that would be hilarious. Yeah. And it shows you can't just come in and shake up the way free agency has gone through, over the years. People don't care about you. People sure as hell don't care about your agent and working out and what coffee and if she's packing her suitcase to travel that day, or if you guys are having a lovely date in Colorado or wherever you were skiing or whatever the hell it was. People don't care about that. They want to know where the hell you're playing baseball. They want to know what you're doing to get ready to play baseball. And on an influencer, air quote influencer level, with Bauer, like in season when he's focused, when he has baseball to distract him from being a troll or what's the other word they call it?
A butthead.
I'm gonna go with that. Being a butthead to people on Twitter, harassing butthead at that. When it's in season, he puts out fun, interesting content. You do get to see the behind the scenes, and respect to him for that, trying to advance baseball for the fans, because we very much know baseball's behind at the times and a lot of stuff, but all the other stuff that gets involved with it, I don't know. I don't want to get again. I know how quickly we can get off on a tangent on this, and I already told people to not be a dick.
Yeah, it's okay. I get asked a lot, because people know that I don't like Trevor Bauer and I don't really want him to be on the Dodgers, and that's something I'm pretty straightforward about. And I don't mind being straightforward about that. But people ask me all the time. They're like, "Well, what are you going to do if he's on the team?" And I'm like, I don't know. There's already a couple dudes on the team that I don't like. It doesn't mean that I don't root for the Dodgers. It's a team sport. I don't care about that guy.
Yeah.
So, okay. Again, if he's on your team and you don't like him, you can still root for the Dodgers. It's not an issue.
On a straight up baseball level, he would be great for the Dodgers because I've mentioned it before. I would love to see pitcher mind Trevor Bauer working with Clayton Kershaw or talking to Clayton Kershaw, just sitting, in the dugout during a game with Kersh and with Walker Buehler, talking about game, talking about different pitches and grips and things like that. That would be fun. It's all the rest of the stuff that man, there's a lot that gets involved in it. The Dodgers can get away with it in a way. The Dodgers can mask it. The Dodgers are such a good group of people that they could teach him how to be a man, probably. But I don't know if I want all of the show that goes along with it. But I agree with you. If he becomes a Dodger, you know what? I'm not going to root against somebody on my team. But if he does something to hurt somebody, whether it be emotionally or physically, that's not going to fly, and that's understandable.
It is what it is, guys. You make the best out of your team. You decide how to be a fan. I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan.
That's good. That's another good thing. A lot of people tell people how to be a fan, and I don't think that's cool either. There's a lot of people online that tell people how to fan, and they're doing it wrong. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it on what DJ Jesse says. Drama. No. And I'm just saying that in general. There's been a lot of drama on the show. You guys could hear me. You couldn't hear me. Brooke was too low. I was too loud. The camera, the computer was apparently a fish tank. So that's a little throwback homage to when the computer was right next to Gary's microphone when we were first doing the quarantine version of Blue Heaven. And yeah, things become things.
Dan points out that Brooke hated Joc for years. We haven't forgot. I didn't hate Joc. Did want him traded, though. You are correct about that. Definitely wanted him traded.
Yeah, we love Joc. We just don't want certain players on the team. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
I didn't want Kike on the team. That doesn't mean I hate him.
Anyways, all right, guys. I guess that's about time to jump off here because it sounds like I'm going to have a lot of editing ahead of me. But we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. Find more about your Los Angeles Dodgers on the internet. We are DodgersNation.com. Check out our Word of the Day giveaway every single day. There is a video that is posted on our YouTube channel now that has the first word of the day. And if you're listening to this later, there's probably a second or maybe even a third. There's a word of the day every day, and we're giving away money up to or more than $1,000 in cash and prizes all month long in the month of February. So that's going to be fun. YOLO. Yeah, that was a good way to button it. Subscribe to Blue Heaven. We are on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio. Everywhere your podcasts are available for free. That is where we live. And again, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hit that notification button. You will be very happy you did. You might even get money out of it too.
You might even. You never know how things are going to work out. Jim says he wants a segment on who Brooke doesn't like on the Dodgers. Maybe when I quit and I don't work here anymore, maybe I can talk crap on the Dodgers, but I'll keep that one under wraps for now, Jimmy. Guys, I am at BrookMe3. This other guy who is blurry in a fish tank on the other side of me is at RealFRG. We're both on Twitter and Instagram. We are at Dodger Nation on Twitter, at Official Dodgers Nation on Instagram. Make sure you go check us out. You want to win that Clayton Kershaw signed photo. You want to hang it in your wall. You want to flex to all your friends. Go ahead and do that, courtesy of Elite Sports Collectibles. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for just fighting through the technical difficulties as we learn how to live in this new world. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.